I don't know if you guys know this, but when I film, I actually wake up at 6 a.m., which is way earlier than I actually start filming, to get my energy right. Always get your energy right before you take action. Yes. Happy Wednesday, my friends. I'm Shaina. If this is your first time here, I am a life coach. This is my channel where I share a lot of valuable info, insight, and tools. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, I'm talking about changing your thoughts. It seems like a lot of people get confused by this concept. No matter how many times I explain it or the different angles I attack it or the various tools that I share, people are still like, yeah, but how? How do I do that? How do I get rid of this thought? Here's the thing. I don't think the confusion is really about the how, because the how is simple, which I'll talk about in a few, don't worry. I think the confusion is in the resistance of the how. In other words, I think we want so badly for the solution to be immediate. We want to take a negative feeling thought, toss it into a shredder, and boom, the thought is gone forever. But that's not how it works. That's just our brains wanting instant results. The truth is, changing the quality of your thoughts is a gradual process. Sometimes it is instant, and maybe you can even think back to a time in your own life where you had a come to Jesus moment. Sometimes you do have that moment where all of a sudden the thought, I am meant to do something great with my life, comes through you like a flash of lightning and takes over your body and completely overrides that nasty thought of I'm not worthy. And then all of a sudden you leave your job, go on a self-discovery quest, and create a full-time business. Those moments are what we refer to as aha moments or breakthroughs. And yes, sometimes they do come on or come through us in what feels like a split second without doing anything. And those moments are effing fantastic. But 99% of the time, you guys, breakthroughs in our own thinking are established through a much slower and better yet steady process of actively and intentionally shifting our thoughts. And that process, unfortunately, doesn't create this big celebration, pop the champagne, oh my God, this thought just left my mind, body, and soul. I feel amazing. Not even. Most of the time, through this process of slow and steady shifting, we just wake up on a Tuesday, and as we're putting our socks on, we're like, that thought that once bothered me and held me back from doing this, and this, has absolutely no effect over me anymore. It pops its head up from time to time to say what's up, but it doesn't evoke a negative emotion. It doesn't have the hold over me like it used to. Okay? So it's this very casual noticing, if at all. Many times we never actually witness the moment that a thought has completely shifted until after the fact, until we've already leveled up in our thinking and we're on to the next set of thoughts. That is the reality of changing our thoughts. It is a gradual process. I was on the phone recently with a client of mine, and of course, we've been working on shifting her own thoughts, and she was giving me an update from the week, and she's giving me all these great things that she's doing that she hadn't been doing before. But more importantly, as she's talking, I notice this massive shift in her energy from when we first started 4 weeks earlier. And as I'm about to call her out on this in a good way, she gives out a big sigh. And I'm like, what? What's that sigh all about? She's like, well, I still keep thinking about the results. And I said, what results? She said, the end results. And I said, okay, first off, that's your brain wanting the grand job, piles of money right now. I said, secondly, your energy is completely different. You are so much stronger than you were just a few weeks ago. And I asked her, can you feel that? And she kind of stepped back on the call and she was like, yeah, you're right. And I'm like, that shift is what creates the end results. We all want the island, you guys, but it's the boat that gets us there. It's our next level thoughts and our next level feelings and our next level action that gets us there. And that's what she was starting to develop. That is what transformation is all about. But when we're in it, when we're doing the work and steadily adopting new ways of thinking, oftentimes we don't notice the changes because one, we're way too close to it all, and two, because our brains hate the journey and just keep telling us that we need the island. And because we don't have the island yet, we're not making any progress. That's the story it likes to tell over and over again. And it's just a bunch of baloney. Guys, changing our thoughts and becoming who we want to be is like having a newborn baby, okay? Imagine being with this newborn baby every single day. You don't notice the baby growing in the moment and in the day, even though you're caring for it and tending to it. Until it's like a toddler walking around and you're like, oh my God, how are you walking? You were just a baby. It is the same deal with changing our thoughts and becoming the person we want to be. We show up and care for and tend to our thoughts every day until one day we look back and we're like, damn, how did I get here? I completely missed it. Some thoughts only take days to shift. Some thoughts take weeks to shift. Some thoughts take months, some take years. It depends on your ability to get to the root of them. Again, most of the time we're way too close to our own problems, which is why coaching's so powerful because a coach can see what you can't see. It also depends on your own consistency in paying attention to your thoughts and questioning them and choosing on purpose. Thought work and the changing of your thoughts is not as tedious as it sounds. It's really, really not. Like even when I say I've been practicing some thoughts for an entire year, I'm not like racking my brain for hours a day like Einstein at my desk. I simply question thoughts that are nagging at me, right? Like in other words, if my brain says, you're a loser, Shaina, I'm not like, yeah, you're right. No, instead I question that while I'm like grocery shopping, right? I talk back to it. Oh, I'm just having the thought that, it's just a thought. I choose high quality thoughts on purpose throughout my day as often as I can. I really wouldn't say that's hard work because it feels awesome. I check in with my future self periodically, the version of me that already has those next level results that I'm after. What would she think in this situation? What would she feel in this situation? What would she do in this situation? How would she show up here? All thought work is the understanding of your brain, some simple tools, and applying them. Sometimes that means carving out 20 minutes a day in the morning to journal, and most of the time it's just applying them in your daily life. Gentle awareness, disconnecting thought from fact, choosing better feeling thought on purpose. Again, I think some people see changing their thoughts as hard because they don't always see results in the moment. For example, we question one limiting belief, yet it's still there at the forefront of our mind, and we're like, it's not working. But that's like going to the gym and lifting one weight and saying, it's not working. No, you keep working out that muscle. In this case, work out your brain. The steps are simple, you guys. What complicates it is thinking there must be another way that I don't know about because it's not working fast enough. I'll be talking to a client and we'll find a nasty thought that's not serving them. For example, the thought, my work isn't good enough. So we'll go through the whole spiel of questioning it, seeking evidence to disprove it, etc. And let's say I pose the question back, but what if your work was good enough? Right now, what if your work was good enough and people right now wanted to buy it? And you can actually witness the shift in their energy just by entertaining that new thought. So I'll be like, okay, this week, I want you to work on shifting your brain to that thought. And then they're like, yeah, but how, Shaina? You shift by living in that turnaround for a little while. What if my work was good enough right now? You feel into that question. You write that question down and see what other thoughts flow onto the paper. And you keep on practicing. You show up in your day as the person who believes that. How would they feel? What would they do? That's how. You can read a manual, you guys, about how to ride a bike, but you've got to get on the bike to actually learn and practice. It's the same deal with shifting our thoughts. I freaking love stretching my mind muscle because I love seeing how far the shifts in my own thinking have gotten me and continue to get me. 4 years ago, I was sitting on my bed making YouTube videos and coaching as a hobby, a fun hobby. I look back and I'm like, dang, girl, like, how did I end up here? Oh yeah, because I shifted my thoughts away from what an unpaid coach thinks and adopted the mindset of a paid coach. What is a paid coach thinking that I wasn't thinking? What are those thoughts? And I had to shift the belief in myself and my value to match that of the person I wanted to become. That meant practicing those new beliefs, writing them down slowly, thinking them, feeling them, creating evidence for them, showing up as that person, writing them again the next day, thinking them again the next day, feeling the feelings they create again, showing up from that space again. And I'd continue to do that and to lean into that until, again, without even noticing, I had created a full-time business within a year of just committing to working out my thoughts. It just became my new norm. And guess what? The end result wasn't this big euphoric experience that our brains tell us it's going to be. My brain was like, what's next? This island ain't so great. How are we going to top this one? What island we're going to go to next? I remember thinking, when I have my first 10K month, I'll feel ecstatic. My brain was sure of it. And I didn't. I didn't feel any freaking different. Sure, it's a nice cherry on top, but it was the person I became in the process that was truly the best part. I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm more of a badass because I evolved in the process. It gets you super pumped for that next level of thoughts, feelings, actions, and results. I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to look back on who I am today a year from now. It's fucking awesome. And that's what I want for you. But you've got to remember gradual shifts. One thought at a time, one feeling at a time, one decision at a time. Don't be confused by it. Don't make it complicated. Awareness, intentional thinking, feeling, and action until it becomes your new norm and you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I'm the person I wanted to be. That is it for today, my friends. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up right below. My private coaching program right now is full, but there is a coaching link down below. If you're serious about working with me, you can join the wait list. Lastly, leave a comment, say what's up, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.